चलिए स्टूडेंट्स, टुडे विल स्टार्ट फ्रॉम वेयर वी लेफ्ट यस्टरडे। तो हम कल पढ़ रहे थे एडेप्टेशंस के बारे में। हमने कुछ एग्जांपल्स पढ़ा, एडेप्टेशन इन कैंगरू रैट्स, एंड वी आल्सो स्टडीड एडेप्टेशन इन xerophytic plants. Today we'll see some more examples of adaptation. One another example of adaptation is adaptations in mammals of colder region. Here in the picture you can see the mammals of hotter areas. On the right side you can see mammals of the hotter areas. They have longer ear, longer legs and longer tail, where on the other side you can see the mammals of colder areas. They have shorter ear, shorter legs and shorter tails. The mammals of colder areas, they have shorter extremities, like shorter ear, shorter legs and shorter tail, and these are short to protect themselves from heat loss, because heat loss is maximum through these regions, and this is known as Allen's rule. Next, mammals of colder region, like aquatic animals like seal, they have thick layer of fat beneath their skin, thick layer of fat beneath their skin, which act as insulator and protect them from heat loss. Next is behavioral response. Certain animals like desert lizard, they lack physiological ability to control body temperature. So what they do is, when outside temperature is low, when outside temperature is low, or when they feel cold, they come out in sun, या बाहर धूप में आते हैं, और इसको बोलते हैं bask. And when they feel hot, या जब ambient temperature ज़्यादा हो जाता है, outside surrounding का temperature ज़्यादा हो जाता है, temperature is high, तो they move towards shade. जब टेम्परेचर, बाहर का टेम्परेचर ज्यादा होता है, तो they move towards shade to maintain their body temperature. तो adaptations में इतना है. Next we'll study population attributes, which is also part of organisms and population, chapter number 13. So first, what is population? Population is group of individual in an area, and these individual, they compete for common resource क्योंकि उनका खाना कॉमन है तो दे विल compete for common resource, and they also interbreed. A population has certain attributes or characters, and these characters are first is birth rate and death rate. Second is sex ratio. Third is age distribution. Fourth is population density. Fifth is population growth. And sixth is growth models. So ये आप लोगों को population attributes भी पूछ सकते हैं एग्जाम में. लिस्ट डाउन द population attribute, या आपको इंडिविजुअली एक एक के बारे में भी पूछ सकते हैं. So I'll explain these one by one. First is birth rate and death rate. First, birth rate. It is the average number of young ones produced in a population per unit time, usually in a year. Similarly, death rate is average number of individual that die in a population per unit time, usually in a year. We can also calculate the birth rate and death rate. Suppose if we have to calculate the birth rate, अगर हम एक एग्जाम्पल ले तो इन अ पॉन्ड, एक पॉन्ड में अगर 20 लोटस प्लांट अगर होगा तो, एंड 8 न्यू लोटस प्लांट्स प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय रिप्रोडक्शन, एक साल के बाद अगर 8 न्यू प्लांट्स आ जाता है तो करंट पॉपुलेशन इज 28 लोटस प्लांट. एंड इफ वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द, अगर हम इसका बर्थ रेट कैलकुलेट करते हैं तो करना हो तो वी विल डिवाइड 8 न्यू प्लांट्स प्रोड्यूस्ड divided by initial number, that is 20, then we will get 0.4 offspring per lotus per year, which is the birth rate of this lotus plant. Similarly, we can calculate the death rate also. Next is sex ratio. An individual can be either male or female, but when we talk about population, they have sex ratio. Like example, we can say 50% of the population is female and 50% of the population is male. अभी तक हमने पढ़ा बर्थ रेट एंड डेथ रेट, सेक्स रेशियो. नेक्स्ट इज एज डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन. एज अ पॉपुलेशन हैज इंडिविजुअल्स ऑफ डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप. मतलब एक पॉपुलेशन में डिफरेंट एज ग्रुप के इंडिविजुअल्स होते हैं. पॉपुलेशन कैन बी डिवाइडेड इनटू 3 एज ग्रुप्स. फर्स्ट इज reproductive, and third is post reproductive. अगर हम ह्यूमन बीइंग का एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं, then 0 to 18 will come under pre-reproductive age group. 18 to 45 will come under reproductive age group, and 45 above will come under post reproductive age group. If we plot age distribution of a population, we'll get certain structures. These structures are known as age pyramids. Age pyramid will tell us the fate of a population, whether the population is, it will tell whether the population is increasing, whether the population is going to remain steady, or whether the population is going to decline. Here in the figure, we can see different types of age pyramids, or we can see different structure. In the first one, pre-reproductive is maximum as compared to reproductive and post-reproductive. In such population, the population will expand as the reproductive age group people are maximum. An example of expanding population is India. And in the second one, we can see that pre-reproductive and reproductive is almost equal, and the population in such area is going to remain stable. Example of stable population is Austria. In third figure, we can see that pre-reproductive is minimum as compared to reproductive and post-reproductive. In such, it is an example of declining population, and example is Japan. Next attribute we will study is population density. Population density is the number of organisms in a population per unit area. Population density is denoted by N. We can calculate the density by counting the numbers, or we can also calculate the density by percent covered. Next attribute we will study is population growth. We all know that population is not a static parameter. Population keeps on changing. It either increase or it decrease. There are four major factors which are responsible for population growth. First is natality. Natality is the number of birth during given period in the population that are added to the initial density. Natality is number of birth in a population. Second is mortality. Mortality is the number of death in the population during a given period. So mortality is जितना एक population में death होता है, that is mortality. Third is emigration. Emigration is the number of individuals of the population who left the habitat and went somewhere else during the given period. Emigration is जब individuals अपने habitat से बाहर जाते हैं क्योंकि maybe that habitat is not ideal for them. Fourth is immigration. Immigration is number of individuals of the same species that have come into the habitat from somewhere else during the time period under consideration. Immigration तब होता है कोई individual किसी और habitat में जाता है, that is immigration. So population growth is controlled by these four factors. Suppose an area has certain population density. Natality and immigration will increase the population, and mortality and emigration will decrease the population. Next attribute we will study is growth models. To explain growth model, I'll take two conditions to explain growth model. First, growth of bacteria in laboratory. When we grow bacteria in laboratory, we give them enough nutrient and we give them enough space, and there is no limiting factor for the bacteria to grow. In such case, what will happen is the number of bacteria will keep on increasing, or its growth will increase. In such condition, we will get J-shaped growth curve. When we plot population size over time, here you can see in this graph, when we plot the size of bacteria, population size over time, here you can see that the growth is initially slow, but with time the growth is increasing, and this is called exponential growth. The growth curve that we get is J-shaped growth curve. In second condition, in nature, an organism will inhabit a certain place, they will adapt to that place and their number will increase. But in nature what happens is the resources are limited, or we can say some limiting factor will come into play and the growth will stop. The growth will slow down, and in this condition, if we plot the population size, if we plot and graph the population size over time, then here we can see that initially the growth is slow, and when that particular organisms get abundant resource, its growth is increasing. But after a certain period of time, in nature something is going to be limiting, either resources or some other factor. So what will happen is their growth will decrease. And the growth models are of two types. अभी आप लोगों ने टू ग्रोथ कंडीशंस देखा था, एक जो लेबोरेटरी कंडीशन में और एक नेचर में. सो ग्रोथ मॉडल इज ऑफ टू टाइप्स, एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ एंड लॉजिस्टिक ग्रोथ. सो एक्सपोनेंशियल ग्रोथ में क्या क्या होता है? सच टाइप्स ऑफ ग्रोथ टेक्स प्लेस व्हेन रिसोर्सेज आर अनलिमिटेड, or and exponential growth is not a naturally occurring growth. This type of growth can be seen only in laboratory condition. And अगर हम population size को plot करें over time period, then we will get growth curve, J-shaped growth curve. And in logistic growth, it is common pattern in nature. Nature में mostly growth type लॉजिस्टिक ग्रोथ हमें देखने को मिलता है. और नेचर में क्या होता है? द रिसोर्सेस आर लिमिटेड, रिसोर्स बहुत कम होता है. एंड क्या होता है? एवरी हैबिटेट हैज कैरिंग कैपेसिटी. हर एक हैबिटेट का एक कैरिंग कैपेसिटी होता है. कैरिंग कैपेसिटी इज मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ इंडिविजुअल अ हैबिटेट कैन सपोर्ट. कोई भी हैबिटेट में, अगर सपोज हम एक एग्जाम्पल लेते हैं, सपोज एक फॉरेस्ट है. इन फॉरेस्ट देयर इज 10 deer. That forest can easily support the 10 deer, and if we increase the 100, then also forest can easily support the 100 deer. But if we release 1 million deer in that forest, then that forest won't be enough for that much of deer. So that is carrying capacity. Every habitat has a carrying capacity. And logistic growth has growth curve, S-shaped growth. Here we can see that initially population कम होता है. with time जब resources मिलता है तो वो grow होता है. but after certain time something will become a limiting factor, either resource or space, which is called the carrying capacity. So growth, it keeps on, the growth decreases. This is growth model. With this we will conclude today's class. कल फिर मिलते हैं जुलाई